gentlemen, as we proceed to give you what you need, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Cody, and today we're here for another episode of GM Mode Battle of the Brands. And if you missed last episode, you missed our very first watch along, so definitely go back on our channel and check that out, because we crowned all of our champions, and now it is the first week of booking the show. And I have a plan. But first, let's go ahead and check our reports, shall we? So first up, email. We don't have any emails. Okay, cool. I mean, it's just like week 1, so that's kind of expected. Roster, let's check our roster, see how our roster's doing. Okay, so popularity. We have people on the up and up, and a couple people on the down and down. The people that lost are going down in popularity, but that's fine. Fatigue. Some people are kind of high in fatigue. I mean, it's not even halfway, I guess, if you think about it, but still, I think for now we can kind of chill out. Last week we went all out to crown our champions and to start with the bang. Contracts. Ric Flair's kind of coming up soon, but I don't think I'll give him a new contract quite yet. And nobody's injured. Cool. Current champions, if you missed it: Undertaker, World Heavyweight Champion; Edge and Christian, Tag Team Champions; Randy Orton, United States Champion; and Rey Mysterio is our Cruiserweight Champion. Rivalries. Now, this is where the plans kind of shift and shimmy a little bit from when I was brainstorming during the watch along. So, originally I said the winner of the match last week would be the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship, but Chavo Guerrero and Paul London developed a rivalry, and I kind of want to see where this goes. Maybe the winner of the rivalry will become the #1 contender, because I think I can get a little bit more out of this. And why jump the gun when you got more juice in the lemon? Squeeze the lemon dry, and that's what I want to do here. And of course, we have this rivalry that we personally started: Batista and Randy Orton duking it out for the United States Championship. This thing is going to get hot, and I think it will be probably the hottest thing on our show. Even though it's the secondary title, I think it might become the hottest thing on our show. And then we have Orlando Jordan and Shelton Benjamin, who I wanted to pair up together, but they ended up hating each other. So let them hate each other. Fight it out, boys. Fight it out. Fan support. It's really tiny, but we are ahead, just by 60,000 that we got last week. So let's go ahead and start this week's show. Last week in the watch along, I noticed that one of these men were using a lot of submission holds. So I'm going to book one of our rivalries in a submission match to start the show with Orlando Jordan and Shelton Benjamin. Now, this might be risky because they were the first match last week. It was just a singles match. So I think by making it a submission match now, I think it'll be okay. Chris Jericho was in the tag team TLC match last week, but he lost with Rob Van Dam. So he is kind of trying to win the tag team championships, but he's kind of looking for a partner. So until I can figure out a partner for him, he's just going to go at it with the tag team champions on his lonesome. He's going to try and find that partner who can help him take down Edge and Christian. And in the meantime, he's just going to duke it out with the two of them. So we're going to do Chris Jericho versus Edge with Christian as the manager. I don't want to run out of money, so we're just going to do advertising promo just to get us that sweet $150,000. Match number 3. This is kind of where the show is kind of floating around a bit. I have things for these guys, or like I want to do things with these guys, but I kind of, with the rivalries we have right now, and what I want to do with this week's show is kind of caused all of these guys to kind of float around a little bit. So you noticed it is going to be triple threat with Ric Flair, Rob Van Dam, and it hurts that I don't have something for him right now, but Shawn Michaels. So the 3 of these guys, I could put them in stuff, but last week's show is kind of affecting it, and where last week's show put us this week is affecting it as well. So it's kind of like that double thing is causing this match here. I'll think about what I want to do with this, but for now, I don't think it hurts to put these guys in a triple threat match, so we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go again with the Chavo and Paul London rivalry. I'm going to make it a tag match between them and their managers. So we have Tori Wilson in place already, so she is with Paul London. Where is he, Paul? I'm going to make it a mixed tag match because those are always fun and the women are supremely popular. So why not? Why not just throw them all together in one massive mixed tag team match, boosting popularity? See, Chavo is already gaining popularity because of Trish. It's only by a little bit, but he is gaining in popularity. Now, promo 2, you know, we got to get that main event hype. I want to win the ratings. I want to beat Raw and be the GM of the year. So hopefully with this main event hype, it boosts our main event that we have going on here. Batista and Randy Orton. We have to put them on the card. Let's do a parking lot brawl. Since we have an established champion now, and it is Randy Orton, Batista isn't happy with that, right? So he's going to jump Randy Orton in the parking lot, and we'll see what happens. Non-title. It'll be non-title, but he is going to jump him in the parking lot. And now the main event that we hyped up with promo 2. I'm going to do something fun. I'm just going to do something fun. A singles match between our newly crowned champions. Now, in doing this, I'm running the risk of them forming a rivalry, and then I'll have my champions in a rivalry against each other. I think that'll be fine in the short term. If that happens, I'm willing to take that risk, and risk having a double champion at one point. Obviously, The Undertaker can't challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship, but Rey Mysterio can be the Heavyweight Champion. So I'm going to run that risk, non-title, and see what happens. Okay, so to recap from the beginning, submission match, Orlando Jordan, Shelton Benjamin. Chris Jericho trying to find the right tag team partner. In the meantime, is just going to go up with Edge, with manager Christian. Advertising promo. Triple threat match, Ric Flair, Rob Van Dam, Shawn Michaels, kind of floating around with those guys. I'll figure out something. And then we have mixed tag team, Chavo and Trish, Paul London, and Tori Wilson. Then we hyping up that main event, champion versus champion. Backstage brawl, non-title, Randy Orton and Batista, and then finally Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker. This will not be a watch-along. We're going to do this week. We're going to see what happens, and then I'll cut to another week, and we'll do this all again to try and see what happens with the progression of our stories. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate all. Yes. Okay, Orlando Jordan picking up another big win, exerting his dominance as the submission specialist in this rivalry. That's Shelton's second straight loss. Chris Jericho picking up a win against Edge and Christian. Okay, so he did not win the tag team titles last week, but this week he pins one of the champions with one of them out there too. So that's big for him and the progression of that story. Ric Flair beats Rob Van Dam and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match. I gotta be honest, I was expecting Shawn Michaels to win just because he's Shawn Michaels, but just because he's Shawn Michaels doesn't mean he always has to win. That's really cool. I really like that. Chavo Guerrero again. The team of Chavo and Trish Stratus picking up the win against Paul London and Tori Wilson. Their second straight win as well. Batista gets the upper hand on Randy Orton in the parking lot brawl. Jumped him in the parking lot and it paid off for him. Okay, that rivalry is heating up nicely. And of course, Rey Mysterio defeats The Undertaker. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. That's really cool for Rey. Really cool for Rey. No fan changed. That means we tied Raw. That's crazy. They had a 2.5 star show. We didn't have better than 2.5 stars? 2.5 stars. Okay. That is crazy. We got a tie here. Minor injury, Randy. Wait, I wasn't reading this at all. I was reading this in very limited sections. I was not paying attention. Minor injury. Ah, jeez. Okay. So Batista not only jumped Randy in the parking lot, but he strained his quadriceps. That kind of hinders things. And over on Raw, Kurt Angle becomes the champion. Whatever. We don't care about Raw. No fan change means we're still in the lead. Actually, let's look at our reports real quick. So 2.5 star. The build was kind of skewed. Okay. So 2 stars to begin with. That's kind of expected. It's that triple... No, it wasn't the triple threat match. Ah, even with the rivalry, that was too low. Or too high up on the card, rather. So, I can see that. I can see how I misbuilt that show. Let's go ahead and look at Brawl. They had a good build. They had a really good build. Stacy. First blood match, Big Show and Kane. Oh my god. And Kurt Angle is their new champion. Fan support. We're still ahead. We're still ahead. And that's what matters. Part 1 of this video. It's not a loss, but it's not a win either. I want to go ahead and check the rivalries. I knew this would happen. Okay, Undertaker and Rey Mysterio now in a rivalry. The Cruiserweight Championship is kind of in limbo right now. Chris Jericho and Edge, that works out. That really works out for me because I wanted that in anyway. Chavo Guerrero and Paul London's working out, and so is Batista and Randy Orton, and so is Shelton and Orlando Jordan. Okay, so none of them turn sour. That's good to know. I'm going to book the show now. Second show. 5 or 6 minutes to book this show. I'm leaning into the rivalries heavily, but I'm also kind of allowing some wiggle room between the rivalries as well. So let's go ahead and start booking the show. Match 1. I'm sticking to the rivalry, but I'm adding I'm sprinkling in a little seasoning. So it's going to be a triple threat match between Rob Van Dam, who's the little sprinkle, Paul London, and where's he at? Chavo's already at the top. Okay, and Chavo Guerrero. Just because if RVD wins, it will help with his popularity because I think he's lost like 2 straight matches. And of course it continues the rivalry between these two. And yeah, I think this is a good spot for all of these guys. We're going to continue what we did last week, but up the ante a little. It's going to be an ultimate submission. How long? The fatigue is the same no matter how long. So we'll just do 10 minute. 10 minute ultimate submission between, you guessed it, Orlando Jordan and Shelton Benjamin. The popularity is the same now. Interesting. I guess they're both being built up from this, even though Shelton has lost twice in a row now. Orlando Jordan got the upper hand in the regular submission match. Now it's the ultimate submission match. We'll see what happens. Promo 1, we're going to do another advertising promo. It's going to be Tori and Trish. We're letting the women do their own thing this week. We're going to let them duke it out amongst themselves. The managers of Paul London and Chavo Guerrero are going to show us what they got for themselves. Chris Jericho has found himself a tag team partner in one Shawn Michaels. So we're going to see where this goes and if Chris Jericho can pick himself up a victory against both Edge and Christian in a tag team match. He got it done in a singles match versus... Where's Christian? Versus Edge, but can he do it in a tag team match with Shawn Michaels? That's what we're going to find out today. Just normal tag match. You know we got to hype up that main event. Match number 5. Randy's injured, right? So I'm kind of experimenting here. I want to see if it'll work. So we got Batista versus Ric Flair, who's known to have an association with Randy in real life, with Randy Orton as the manager. I don't know if this will mess up the rivalry. I'm really hoping it doesn't, but they're in the same match, technically. They're all involved in the same thing, so I'm hoping it'll work out. If it ruins this rivalry, then that sucks, but I don't think it will. We're pretending that Rey Mysterio beat The Undertaker last week, and now this week he gets to pick the stipulation, and if he wins this, he'll be officially the #1 contender for the Heavyweight Championship. So, yes, we're going to work out with this in a ladder match. Okay, go back over it. Triple threat match, Rob Van Dam, Chavo Guerrero, Paul London, continuing rivalry and looking for a win for Rob Van Dam. Ultimate submission match, continuing the rivalry between Jordan and Benjamin. Advertising promo, Tori Wilson and Trish Stratus mixing them up by themselves. They don't need men to hinder them. They can do it by themselves. Non-title, Chris Jericho trying his luck with Shawn Michaels against Edge and Christian. Main event hype, Batista versus Ric Flair with Randy Orton as the manager, and then Undertaker and Rey Mysterio for the, not for the Heavyweight Championship, for the possible #1 contender. Finalize this card and simulate everything. Rob Van Dam picking up the win. Good. Good. That's good. That's what I wanted to happen. I don't know if you can have two rivalries at the same time. I'm just hoping this is like a clean win for Rob Van Dam. Keep him kind of in a floaty position, but picking up the win here is important for him. Shelton Benjamin this time, getting another win, or getting his first win rather, against Orlando Jordan. In an ultimate submission match. This is very interesting. This is very interesting, and it kind of increases the duration of this story. I'm hoping. Trish Stratus again, exerting her dominance over Tori Wilson and Paul London and that whole collective that we have going there. So big win for Trish. Shawn Michaels could not help Chris Jericho, Edge and Christian. Chris Jericho cannot find a partner to save his life. And Shawn Michaels, what is his problem? He hasn't had a single win this entire time. Ric Flair, with Randy Orton's help, picking up a win against Batista. They're kind of very much alternating victories. Ric Flair, that's 2 victories in a row for him, so that helps him as well. Ooh, in the ladder match, The Undertaker gets his win back against Rey Mysterio. So that story continues as well. Fan change? Raw. 50,000. Okay. They got 3 stars. What did we get? 2.5. That is a big L, ladies and gentlemen. Our first L. So we're still technically winning by like 10,000 fans. I guess that's okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let's look at the results. A good build. Rob Van Dam. Okay. Why isn't this rivalry doing anything? It's like third week. Second week? Third week? I don't know. That match delivered, but there's like nothing to it, I guess. They don't have anything to fight for. And they don't have a rivalry. They're just both popular. Edge and Christian, yeah. Batista and Ric Flair. I guess for like a match, just kind of thrown together, I guess that kind of works. Playing off the injury. 3 stars isn't bad. 4 stars is good. Let's look at Raw. They always have a perfect build. They always have a perfect build. Jeez. Fan support. It can't get any closer. Well, it can get closer than this, but this is crazy. We're neck and neck. Who gets the first pay-per-view? It's red, so I'm guessing that's Raw? That one's blue, so that's ours. So we still have a long way to go before our first pay-per-view. Which means next week we're going to lose a lot of fans. When there's a pay-per-view, all the fans tune into that, so you lose a lot of fans. So that means we're about to go under, potentially, as far as the lead that we have. Contracts. Let's go ahead and get Ric Flair a new contract. Let's give him 3 more months. I don't see him going anyway. How's our rivalries? This one's good. That one's good. This one started good. Good, that's what I wanted, because they're always going to do stuff together. That one's good, that one's good, that one's good. All of our rivalries are good. So, I guess we're doing the right thing. It's just that Raw is also doing the right thing. I guess it's an L. It's an L. So last week was a tie. In the game last week was a tie. And now this time we lost 50,000. We're still winning overall, but this is an L for us. I guess we got to keeping on with this, and we will see how we do with Raw getting their first pay-per-view next week. Let's see how much of a hole we dig ourselves in. I may have to have another all-out show. And I guess we can have multiple watch-alongs with all-out shows. We'll debate that. If you want that, let me know. So, thank you for coming out to this one, and I hope to see you for the next one.